The number one goal of every move should be to create raving fans. This is going to help you increase profits, have happier customers, reduce your stress, and quite honestly, live a better quality of life. So what is a raving fan? A raving fan customer is someone that's going to give you 5-star reviews across the board, right? All review platforms. They're going to use you again in the future when they decide to move. They're going to tell all their friends about you and refer you to other people. And the reason this is so important is because if you're going out and you're spending money on marketing to get moves, to book moves, and you're not focused on how do I multiply these moves, meaning turn this one move into more moves, it's only going to dip into your profits and you're not going to be able to sustain a long-term successful moving company that way. In order to really grow, in order to get to that next level, you've got to be able to reduce your marketing cost by getting more repeat customers, more referral customers, more reviews, which help your conversion in booking jobs. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Louis Massaro. I'm founder and CEO of Moving Mastery, where we help moving company owners set up proven systems and processes in their business to increase profits, reduce stress, and live a better quality of life. And when I first started my moving company, it was Yellow Pages. Like that was the main thing, right? It was back in 2000 and put a Yellow Page ad out and you'd book a move. If the customer had an issue on the job, you'd usually hear about it right then and there. But then after that, you didn't really hear about it. So you didn't see, the impact as much as you do, as I started to later on, of if a customer is upset, they're not a raving fan, right? Or if a customer is a raving fan, like word of mouth back then compared to word of mouth today is a whole different ballgame, because word of mouth today, they're online in 2 seconds while you're still at the house, leaving that review, putting that social media post, right? It's much easier for them to spread the good word or spread the bad word about your business. Right? So with that being the case, like we started to look at it, and when I really started to make the distinction, of course we all want to go out and do a good job for our customers, right? That's the intention, is to do that. So we set out to do that. But when it really started to connect, when I really started to see the impact on how it was affecting my business, is when two forces came together. One was online reviews. Right? When online reviews started coming out, when Yelp started to become a thing, it was like we saw the impact of what good reviews had on our business and our ability to convert, just potential customers into customers, and also what bad reviews had on the business and how negatively that impacted our booking percentage. Right? Not to mention the people that never call you because they see a negative review. So once you have those reviews, and then we saw the impact of our marketing ROI report, meaning we were able to track how much money we were making with the marketing, the investment in our marketing, and how much we were getting back. When those two things came together, here's what it looked like. We started to see immediately that the more repeat and referral customers that we had, the less we were spending in marketing in relation to how much we were generating in moves, which increased profit, right? We also started to see that as our ratings went up, and we started to increase our ratings and actively work to get those 5 stars, that our sales conversion numbers started to go up. So this immediately made an impact to the business and went from, hey, we should do a good job for our customers, to the mission being the goal of every single move needs to be creating raving fans. And you might be thinking, Louis, I want to do a good job. I want to create raving fans. The problem is, it's hard to get my team on board. It's hard to get the consistency out there to where we're doing a good job every single time. So I want to give you 3 points that are going to help you today. The first thing is we've really got to look at your sales to service consistency, right? Your sales to service consistency. And what does that mean? That means when a customer calls in and they speak to your salesperson or your moving consultant or your move coordinator, whatever you call them, they get an expectation set. Whatever's being said to that customer, and maybe it's on an on-site estimate, whatever's being said to that customer is setting their expectation. So when the movers then go out there, if the service is not consistent with the sale, meaning what they were told, there's an immediate problem, okay? And this is where the majority of customer service issues come from, right? So what you want to do is you want to take a look at what's being said on every single call or on every single estimate? And are we doing that? Are we actually doing it? Not like, I want to do that, I tell my movers to do that, but is it actually happening? Like if you go and spot check the moves, are they doing the things that you say you're going to do on the phone, right? That's sales to service consistency. That's one of the first ways to prevent complaints. The second point is you want to make sure that you're training your movers. You're training your movers. I know this sounds obvious, but it's not just to train them on how to move, right? How to pad, how to load, how to build tiers in the truck, how to pack, how to strap, how to use the dolly, when to use four-wheeler, when to use the two-wheeler. All that's great, and you need to do it, but you've got to train them on, number one, like how do you want them to interact with your customer? What does that look like? What's the customer etiquette? When they need to show concern for what the customer shows concern for, right? They need to understand how to deal and resolve conflict that may arise on the job, whether it's between two movers, whether it's between the customer and the company, and they're stuck in the middle. How do they deal with that? And most importantly, they need to know what your policies and your procedures are, right? What is it that you want from them? So much of the operational issues that I see with moving companies comes from a lack of communicating with consistency the policies and procedures that you want your team and your movers to follow. We can't just send them out there with the move and the truck and some pads and some dollies and say, go move these people from point A to point B, right? Because they're expecting more than that. And you want consistency. So even if you're going out and you're doing the moves yourself, right? I'm sure you want to grow. I'm sure you want to scale. I'm sure you want to bring more people on. Or maybe you've got a handful of crews now. Maybe you've got a few trucks, but you want to bring on more. How do you create that consistency? You do that by making sure you're training your movers on more than just how to move furniture, right? The third point is your moving process. The actual process of moving needs to be documented. It needs to have a checklist. You need to train your team on when you show up. Here are the first things that you do, right? Here's what you do when you're getting loaded up and going to the destination. Once you get to the destination and you unload, here are the steps. Here is the checklist. Otherwise, you won't have the consistency. In order to create raving fans, in order to keep getting those 5-star reviews consistently and not all of a sudden get a bomb of that 1-star comes in. You're like, but we do such a good job. I'm a good person. Like I get that. And when that 1-star comes in, it's painful. It's painful. We need to create that consistency, and the best way to do it is create a moving process for them to follow, right? We call it the perfect move. If you want, I've got a free training. It's called the Perfect Move Method. You could go watch it right now at lewismassaro.com/the perfect move, where I dive deeper. If you like what we're talking about today and this is resonating with you and you're like, yeah, this could help me, I see, but how do I do it specifically? Go to lewismassaro.com/perfect move. I've got a free training there for you for a limited time. Go check that out. And until I see you next time, go out there every single day, profit in your business and thrive in your life. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, my friend, before you go, you've got to hurry and watch these next few videos over here. They will absolutely help you take your moving company to the next level. Go watch them now, and I'll see you over there.